Hi students, today I am going to deal the topics bioelectric potential electrodes, equivalent diagram of bioelectric potential electrodes and type of electrodes from the chapter Introduction to Biomedical Instrumentation. Today I am going to deal with bioelectric potential electrodes, equivalent diagram of bioelectric potentials electrode and types of electrodes. Learning objectives. Upon completion of this presentation, you will be able to understand the concept of bioelectric potential, need for bioelectric potential electrodes, equivalent circuit of bioelectric potential electrodes, types of bioelectric potential electrodes, under which we are going to study about surface electrodes, cup type electrodes and disposable electrodes. This presentation you will be able to understand bioelectric potentials, need for bioelectric potential electrodes, equivalent circuit diagram of bioelectric potential electrode, then types of bioelectric potential electrodes. In them you are going to study about surface electrodes, cup type electrodes and disposable electrodes. Bioelectric potentials. Bioelectric potentials generated in the body are ionic potentials produced by ionic currents that flow in the body. Efficient measurement of these ionic potentials requires the conversion of electronic potentials before they can be measured by conventional methods. You need to convert these ionic potentials into electronic potentials. So a transducer is needed. A transducer which is capable of converting these ionic potentials and currents into electrical potentials and currents is termed as an electrode. So this is required. You need to convert the transducer which converts electric potentials, ionic potentials into electric potentials. The device that convert these ionic potentials into electric potentials are called electrodes. The transducer consists of two electrodes which measure the ionic potentials difference between their respective point of application. So the transducer consists of two electrodes. Which measure the ionic potential difference between their respective point of application. Biopotential electrodes. Biopotential electrodes are devices that convert these ionic potentials into electric potentials and they are called as electrodes. The transducer consists of two electrodes which measure the ionic potential difference between their respective point of application. Electrodes make a transfer from the ionic condition in the tissue to the electronic conduction which is necessary for making the measurement. Electrodes make a transfer from the ionic conduction in the tissue to the electronic conduction which is necessary for making measurement. So electrodes are also used or required when physiological parameters are measured by the impedance method and when irritatable tissues are to be stimulated in electrotherapy. So why we are using these electrodes? They are required when physiological parameters are to be measured by the impedance method and when irritatable tissues are to be stimulated in electrotherapy. Types of biopotential electrodes. Electrodes play a very important role in satisfying the satisfactory recording of bioelectric signals and their choice requires careful consideration. Electrodes should be comfortable for the patient to wear over long periods of time and they should not produce any artifacts. Artifacts are nothing but any errors due to movements. So convenience of application of the electrode is desirable factor. So how to use the electrode, how convenient it is also an important factor that should be considered. So electrodes, they play a very important role in satisfactorily recording of bioelectric signals, and their choice requires careful consideration. Their choice requires a very careful consideration. Electrodes should be comfortable for the patient to wear over long periods and should not produce any artifacts. They should not produce any artifacts. Convenience of application of the electrode is a desirable factor. Then the type of biopotential electrodes are, we have three basic types of biopotential electrodes are more commonly used: the skin surface electrodes, needle electrodes, and microelectrodes. The types of biopotential electrodes are skin surface electrodes, needle electrodes, and microelectrodes. Needle electrodes and microelectrodes. Before studying into the details of the different types of electrodes, let us understand how this potential is generated, how this electrode works, how is its interface. So, the first one is electrode tissue interface. Surface electrodes are most commonly used electrodes. Electrolyte or electrode paste is used. We are going to use an electrolyte or an electrode paste. So to avoid movement artifacts and to obtain a clearly established contact, that means low contact impedance, these electrodes acts as an interface. This electrode paste or the electrolyte, it acts as an interface between the electrode and the surface of the source of the event. So electrode tissue interface. There is a common, something which is common between the surface and the electrode. You have an interface between the electrode and the surface of the source of the event, where you are going to measure the biological signals. So that interface is called electrode tissue interface. So electrode paste or jelly or electrolyte is used to avoid movement artifacts and to obtain a clearly established contact. That means low contact impedance can be obtained. So it acts as an interface between the electrode and the surface of the source of the event. Characteristics of surface electrodes. The surface electrode consists of metal electrode attached to the surface of the body through an electrolyte. You generally having a metallic electrode which is attached to the surface of the body. It is attached to the surface of the body through an electrolyte. Okay. So surface electrode consists of a metal electrode attached to the surface of the body through an electrolyte. Its characteristics depend on metal electrolyte interface, electrolyte skin interface, and quality of the electrolyte. So the characteristic of a surface electrode, it depends on metal and electrolyte interface. So between the metal and the skin, you are having the electrolyte or the gel. So that interface will be there. And the second one is electrolyte and skin interface. In between the skin and the metal electrode, you have the electrolyte. So we have two interfaces here. One is metal electrolyte interface and second one is electrolyte skin interface. And it depends on the quality of the electrolyte also. So electrode tissue interface. So this is how it appears. You have an electrode which has positive and negative term. This is the electrolyte. So this is the interface between the electrode and the electrolyte. First one is your metal electrolyte interface. At the metal electrolyte interface, there is a tendency for each electrode to discharge ions into the solution and for ions in the electrolyte to combine with each electrode. So there is always a tendency for each electrode to discharge ions into the solution. and for ions in the electrolyte to combine with each electrode. So the net result is creating a charge gradient. Gradient means difference of potential. So charge gradient is created at each electrode. The spatial arrangement of which is called as electrical double layer. An electrical double layer is formed. This electrical double layer is found to be present in the region immediately adjacent to the electrode. And can be represented as two parallel sheets of charge of opposite sign separated by a thin film of dielectric. So you have two parallel plates. They appear as two parallel parallel sheets of charge of opposite sign separated by a thin film of dielectric. So thus, the metal electrolyte interface appears to consist of a voltage source in series with a parallel combination of a capacitance. So, at the metal electrolyte interface, it can be represented as it appears to consist of a voltage source in series with a parallel combination of capacitance and reaction resistance. So, the voltage developed is called half cell voltage or potential. So the potential developed across the metal electrolyte interface, it appears as a half cell potential. The half cell potential is equal to the electrode potential of the metal. All electrode potentials are measured with respect to a reference electrode. So all the electrode potentials are measured with respect to a reference electrode. The difference in the half cell potential that exists between the two electrodes is called offset potential. So the difference in the half cell potentials that exist between the two electrodes. You have two electrodes. The difference in the half cell potential that exists between the two electrodes is called offset potential. It is called as offset potential. Differential amplifiers are used to measure the potentials between the two electrodes. So we are using a differential amplifier to measure the potentials between the two electrodes, generally designed to cancel the offset potential to that only the signal of the interest is recorded. So you are using a differential amplifier to minimize the offset. Then the equivalent circuit. The equivalent circuit of your bioelectric potential electrode is a single electrode on an electrolyte interface can be represented by a series capacitance C and resistance R. R and C values are frequently dependent on adequate representation, the behavior of an electrode or electrolyte interface. A resistance RF placed parallel with the series RNC circuit. You can represent it by resistance parallel to the series combination of RNC circuit. The complete equivalent circuit of the electrolyte or electrode interface, the half cell reaction E is included. So the second one is electrolyte skin interface. As I told you, we have the first one, the metal and the electrolyte interface. Then we have the electrolyte and the skin interface. In electrolyte skin interface, the skin acts as a diaphragm. It acts as a diaphragm arranged between two solutions. The skin acts as a diaphragm which is arranged between two solutions, electrolyte and the body fluids. Outside of the skin we have the body fluids. Then we have outside of the skin we have the electrolyte or the gel, whichever we are using. Then we have the skin interface. Then inside of the cell we have body fluids. So the skin interface, electrolyte skin interface, the skin acts as a diaphragm arranged between two solutions of different concentrations containing same ions, which is bound to give potential difference. So it acts the skin and the electrolyte interface It consists of two solutions, electrolyte and body solution, the skin acting as a diaphragm, and different concentration of ions is bound to give potential difference. The equivalent representation consists of voltage source in series with a parallel combination of capacitance and resistance. So the equivalent representation consists of a voltage source in series with a parallel combination of resistance and capacitance. So which you can see in the diagram SI. So equivalent circuit for a bipotential electrode in contact with an electrolyte. So EHC is the half cell potential. It is the half cell potential. RD and CD are the impedances which are associated with electrode electrolyte interface and polarization effects. And RS is the series resistance associated with the interference effects and due to resistance in the electrolyte. So we are having a combination of, the equivalent circuit consists of a voltage source. Voltage source here is EHS, that is half cell potential, in series with a parallel combination of capacitance and resistance. So we have a parallel combination of capacitance and resistance, RD and CD. So electrolyte electrode interface. So this is the equivalent diagram of a biopotential electrode when it is in contact with the electrolyte. So what is the need for bioelectric potential electrodes? What is the need? Why do we need these electrodes? Electrodes are employed to pick up the electrical signals of the body. Biopotential electrodes are employed to pick up the electrical signals of the body. Electrodes transfer the bioelectric potentials. They transfer the bioelectric event to the input of the amplifier. The type of the electrode to be used depends upon the anatomical location of the bioelectric event. It depends upon the dimensions of the bioelectric generator, and also they act as an interface between the body and the electronic measuring circuit. So these are the reasons why we are using bioelectric potential electrodes. They are employed to pick up the electrical signal. Of the body. Then they are used to transfer the bioelectric event to the input of the amplifier. Then there are the type of the electrode is used to depend upon the analytical and anatomical location of the bioelectric events. It depends on the dimensions of the bioelectric generator. So biopotential electrodes act as an interface between the body and the electronic measuring circuit. Coming to the types of electrodes. We have the different types of electrodes, as I told you. The first type is, there are three types of electrodes, bioelectric potential electrodes, that is the surface electrodes, depth and needle electrodes, and microelectrodes. In this we are going to discuss now about surface electrodes. So surface electrodes consists of a disc of metal that is attached to the skin. We have a disc of metal which is attached to the skin, usually above the place where the muscle is located. Like a disc, a small disc shaped metal will be there, and you are going to place that electrode onto the surface where the measurement is to be made. Silver or silver chloride discs, about 1 centimeter diameter. They pick up gross motor unit activities. They are the best. These surface electrodes are best used as reference electrodes when monopolar needle electrodes are used. They are useful In many ways, they are useful in as they have increased magnitude of the capture signal. They have the capability of increased magnitude of the capture signal. So this is an advantage of surface electrodes. Then duration of the muscle action, it is called MAP, duration of muscle action potential. The electrode signal depends on the surface of the electrode. The electrode signal depends on the surface of the electrode. The duration of the MAP, that is muscle action potential, depends on the velocity of the propagation of the wavefront of the MAP, and velocity of propagation of MAP is minus 4 meters per second. Minus 4 meters per second. So duration of muscle action potential. The electrode potential depends on the surface of the electrode. The duration of MAP depends on the velocity of the propagation of the wavefront of the MAP, and velocity of propagation is about 4 meters per second. 4 meters per second. Then we have body surface. Surface electrodes are classified as different types. We have body surface electrodes. Body surface electrodes. Surface electrodes are those which are placed in contact with the skin of the subject in order to obtain bioelectric potentials from the surface. They are placed in contact with the skin of the subject, of the person, or of the patient, in order to obtain the bioelectric potentials from the surface. So biosurface electrodes are of many sizes and types. They are of many sizes and types. In spite of the type, any surface electrode can be used for ECG, EMG and EEG measurement. They can be used to sense ECG, EMG and EEG. Okay. Surface electrodes are of various types and sizes. In spite of the type, and any surface electrode can be used for measurement of ECG, EEG, EMG, etc. The type of surface electrodes. There are the surface electrodes are further classified as metal plate electrodes used for application to your limbs, metal disc electrodes applied with surgical tape, and disposable foam electrodes often used with electrocardiograph monitoring apparatus. These are the types of surface electrodes. Metal plate electrode used for application to limbs, metal disc electrodes applied with surgical tape, disposable foam electrodes, foam pad electrodes often used in electrocardiograph monitoring apparatus. Now this is the figure of your body surface biopotential electrodes. See the metal plate electrodes, they are of metal. As I have told you, three types are there in body surface electrodes. Metal plate electrodes used for application in limbs. These are curved a little bit. They are not flat rectangular plates, but they are curved so that they can be held tightly to your limbs, to your hands or to your limbs. The second figure indicates metal disc electrodes which are applied with surgical tape. And third one is your disposable foam pad electrodes which are often used for ECG measurement. The next is your suction cup electrodes. These type of electrodes are well suited for the attachment to flat surfaces of the body. They are well suited for attachment to the flat surfaces of the body and to regions where the underlying tissue is soft due to presence of contact surface. So suction cup electrodes are well suited for the attachment to flat surfaces of the body. They are attached to the flat surfaces of the body and to regions where the underlying tissue is soft. Due to presence of contact surface. An advantage of these type of electrodes is that it has a small surface area. That is the advantage of suction cup type of electrodes. These electrodes are well suited for attachment to the flat surfaces of the body and to the regions where the underlying tissue is very soft due to the presence of contact surface. These type of electrodes are mainly used for measurement of ECG. They are mainly used for measurement of ECG. Suction cup electrodes are uses a plastic syringe barrel to house section, tubing and input cables to an AC amplifier. No straps or adhesives are required for this type of electrodes, and they can be used for short periods only. They can only be used for short periods. They can only be used for short periods. So this is the figure of your suction cup electrode. A metallic suction body surface recording electrode. It is called a suction cup electrode. It is having a semicircular metal contact surface with a lead wire terminal, and a rubber bulb is attached to this contact. So a metallic suction electrode is often used as a precordial electrode on clinical electrocardiography. Mostly it is used in ECG monitoring, electrocardiography. No need for strap or adhesive, and can be used very frequently. It doesn't require any strap or any adhesive. It can when it is pressed, when the rubber bulb is pressed, what happens? A vacuum is created, so this can go and stick to your surface of the body. So higher source impedance, since the contact area is very small, because it has higher source impedance, so contact area is very small. Then comes your flexible body surface electrodes. Flexible body surface electrodes. A flexible electrode is fabricated by depositing a metallic film, for example silver or silver chloride, on a flexible substrata. Usually the substrata side receives a layer of conductive adhesive to fix the electrode to the skin. Okay, a flexible electrode is fabricated by depositing a metallic film, for example silver or silver chloride, on a flexible substrate. It is attached to a flexible substrate, polymeric. Usually the substrate side receives a layer of conductive adhesive to fix the electrode to the skin, and the metallic face, which is connected to a lead wire, receives a layer of insulating material. Which is connected to a lead wire, it receives a layer of insulating material. So the substrate side receives a layer of conductive adhesive to fix the electrode to the skin, and the metallic face, which is connected to a lead wire, receives a layer of insulating material. The electrode must be thin, flexible and easy to adjust to the contours of the body, and stay at the place for long periods. The electrodes must be thin, they must be flexible and easy to adjust to the contours of the body, and stay at the place for long periods. So that is the advantage. The electrode, it must be thin and flexible and easy to adjust to the contours of the body, and stay at the place for longer periods. They are used primarily for monitoring children and premature newborns because they are light, they are thin and adapt to body contours, avoiding motion artifacts and ulceration in the contact region, which may occur in the case of rigid electrodes applied with electrolyte and adhesive tapes. Usually they are primarily used for monitoring children, small children, newborn babies who are premature, and because they are very light, these flexible body surface electrodes are very light and thin, and they can adapt to the body contours, avoiding any motion artifacts or motion errors and ulceration in the contact area, which may occur in the case of rigid electrodes when applied. So there is an advantage of flexible body surface electrodes. Flexible body surface electrodes. So this is the figure of flexible body surface electrodes. Figure A represents carbon filled silicon rubber electrode, the top view for carbon filled silicon electrode, and figure B flexible thin neonatal electrode, flexible thin film neonatal electrode, and C is the cross sectional view of the thin film electrode. This is the figure C is the cross sectional area of or view of the thin film electrode. Thin film electrode. The next one is your floating electrodes. The principle of this electrode is to eliminate movement artifacts by avoiding direct contact of the metal with the skin, and it is having a conductive path is the electrolyte paste, which forms an electrolyte bridge. You are having an electrolyte bridge there, and generally attached to the skin by two adhesive rings which adhere to both the plastic surfaces of the electrode and the skin. So double sided, we can see double sided adhesive tape ring. So in the bottom, on the top you have the metal disc, insulating packing material will be there, and the electrolyte gel is placed in between, and you have an adhesive, double sided adhesive material which can be used, generally attached to skin by two adhesive rings which adhere to both the plastic surfaces of the electrode and the skin. This is about your floating electrodes. Then next one is your disposable electrode. A disposable metal electrode includes a disc. It includes a disc which is formed of semi-rigid plastic material having a recessed embossment located centrally. You have an embossment which is located centrally. So a metallic electric contact is mounted on the disc centrally of the embossment and has portion thereof located on both sides of the disc. An absorbent pad positioned in the recessed embossment has absorbed therein an electrical conductivity gel, forming an electrical contact between the patient on which the electrode is placed. So you have a disposable metal electrode includes a disc. It is a disc which is formed of semi-rigid plastic material which is having a recessed embossment located centrally. The metal electric contact is mounted on the disc centrally of the embossment and has portions thereof located on both sides of the disc. An embossment pad position in the recessed embossment has absorbed therein an electrically conductive gel for forming an electrical contact between the patient on whom the electrode is positioned. Then your disposable, this is the disposable electrodes. The electrical contact thereby permits electrical signals from the patient to detect with the electrode by appropriate electrical equipment connected. The disc has an adhesive applied therefore for firmly securing the electrode to the patient's skin. So you have an adhesive, so you can remove that strip and attach the electrode to the patient. You can attach the electrode, you can stick the electrode to the patient. So this is your disposable electrodes. Then we have needle electrodes. To reduce the interface and noise artifacts caused due to electrode movement during the measurement of EEG, EMG, etc., we can use small dermal needle electrodes which penetrate the scalp. Actually, the needle electrodes are not inserted into the brain. They nearly penetrate the skin. Generally, they are simply inserted through a small section of the skin just beneath the skin parallel to it. Okay. We have other types of electrodes called needle electrodes. To reduce the noise and interference artifacts caused due to movement during the measurement of EEG and EMG, we use a small subdermal needle electrodes which penetrate the skin. Actually, the needle electrodes are not inserted into the brain. They nearly penetrate the skin. Generally, they are simply inserted through a small section of the skin just beneath the skin parallel to it. Okay. So these are the needle electrodes used for EMG measurement. Consists of the insulated wire placed in contact away that their tips are in contact with the muscle nerve or other tissues from which the measurement is made. The needle creates the hole necessary for insertion, and the wire forming the electrodes are carried inside. Okay, you have a wire, the wire will go inside to carry out to find out the defect. So this is your needle electrodes. So needle and wire electrodes for preconscious measurement of biopotentials. In the figure we can see around 6 type of needle and wire electrodes. The first one is the insulated needle electrode. Second is the coaxial needle electrode. Third is bipolar needle coaxial electrodes. Fourth one is your fine wire electrode connected to the hypodermic needle before being inserted. You have a fine wire which is need to be connected. Fine wire electrode connected to the hypodermic needs before being inserted. And the fifth one is cross-sectional view of skin and muscle showing the wire electrode in place. So the fifth one is the cross-sectional view of skin and muscle showing the wire electrode in place. Then the last one is the cross-sectional view of the skin showing cooled fine wire electrode in place. Cool fine wire electrode in place. Cool fine wire electrode in place. So there are some advantages of needle electrodes. One of the main advantage of a needle electrode is that they are less susceptible to movement errors than surface electrodes. So needle electrodes they are much less susceptible to movement artifacts or movement errors when compared to the surface electrodes. Also the needle electrodes have low impedance when compared to surface electrodes, as it makes direct contact with the subdermal tissue or intracellular fluids or intercellular fluid. So advantage of needle electrode is they are used mainly, they are less susceptible to movement errors and surface artifacts, surface error when compared to surface electrodes. And also the needle electrodes have low impedance when compared to the surface electrodes, as it makes direct contact with the subdermal tissue or intracellular fluid, with the subdermal tissues or intracellular fluids. To summarize our topic of discussion, we have studied today the concepts of bioelectric potentials. What are bioelectric potentials? Bioelectric potentials are nothing but the ionic potentials or ionic voltages generated within the body. So you need a device which converts these ionic potentials into electrical potentials. So biopotentials are generated in the body, and they are ionic potentials produced by ionic current flow. So we need an efficient measurement of these ionic potentials before they may be measurement and conversion of these ionic potentials into into electrical voltages or potentials before they can be measured by a conventional method. So you need a transducer which converts these ionic potentials into electronic potentials. So that transducer which converts these ionic potentials into potentials are called biopotential electrodes. And these electrode consists of two electrodes which measure the ionic potential difference between the respective point of application. And the most common type of electrodes are surface electrodes which are used. And why do we need to measure the what is the necessity for measuring the potentials, and why do we need these bioelectric potential electrodes is they are employed to pick up the electrical signals of the body, and they can transfer bioelectric event to the input of the amplifier. And the type of the electrode that we can use depends upon the anatomical location of the bio events and the dimension of the bioelectric generator, and they act as an interface between the body and the electronic measuring circuit. They act as an interface between the body and the electronic measuring circuit Then we have the types of electrodes, biopotential electrodes, that is surface electrodes, cup type electrodes, disposable electrodes, and we have needle electrodes, and then we have the micro electrodes. Among this, we have discussed the surface electrodes. Surface electrodes, they consist of a disc of metal attached to the skin, usually above the place where the muscle is located. Silver or silver chloride discs of about 1 centimeter diameter, they pick up the motor gross motor unit activities. They are used as reference electrodes. Surface electrodes consist of a disc of metal which are attached to the skin, usually above the place where the muscle is located. They are attached to the skin, usually above the place where the muscle is located. And we have in the surface electrodes, we have these surface electrodes are placed in contact with the skin of the subject in order to obtain biopotentials from the surface. They are of many sizes and types. In spite of their type, any surface electrode can be used for measurement of ECG, EEG and EMG. The types of surface electrodes are metal plate electrodes, which are used for applications to limbs, metal disc electrodes which can be applied with surgical tapes, and we have disposable foam type electrodes. Then we have the body surface electrodes, which I have already discussed, and we have the suction cup electrodes. It consists of this electrode is often used as a precordial electrode on clinical electrocardiography. You don't need any adhesive or a tape to fasten the electrode to the body, but it can be just when you press the rubber bulb, it creates vacuum and the metal cup fixes onto the body surface. So high source impedance, since the contact area is very small in the case of suction electrode. And we have flexible body surface electrodes are there, which are formed by depositing a metal film like for example silver and silver chloride on a flexible substrate. Usually the substrate side receives a layer of conductive adhesive to fix the electrode to the skin. These are very thin, flexible and easy to adjust to the body contour and stay at the place for longer periods. Then we have disposable electrodes. Disposable medical electrodes include a disc formed of semi-rigid plastic material having a recessed embossment located centrally. A metallic electric contact is mounted on the disc centrally of the embossment and has portion thereof located on both sides of the disc. The absorbent pad positioned in the recessed embossment has absorbed therein an electrical conductivity gel for forming an electrical contact between the patient on whom the electrode is positioned. Then we have the needle electrodes to reduce the interface and noise caused due to electrode movement. There is a disadvantage with surface electrodes. Sometimes these electrodes, they cause errors due to movement artifacts and other noise or interference. So this can be avoided by using needle or depth electrodes. These electrodes are used which act as an interface which reduces the interface and noise artifacts. Actually, the needle electrodes are not inserted into the brain, or they nearly penetrate the surface. Generally, they are simply inserted through a small section of the skin just beneath the skin parallel to it. Needle electrodes are used for EMG measurement. They consist of fine insulated wires which are placed in such a way that the tips are in contact with the muscle or other tissues, from which the muscle nerve or other tissues from which the measurement is to be made. The needle creates a hole and the necessary insertion, and the wires forming the electrodes are carried inside it. Okay. So this is about your needle electrodes and their advantages with the needle electrodes. That is, needle electrodes are less susceptible to movement errors than surface electrodes, and also the needle electrodes have lower impedance when compared to the surface electrodes. They have lower the needle electrodes. The main advantage of the needle electrodes is that they are less susceptible to movement errors. They are less susceptible to movement errors when compared to surface electrodes. And also the needle electrodes have lower impedance when compared to surface electrodes, as it makes direct contact with the subdermal tissue or intracellular fluids. Because there is direct contact. Surface electrodes means we don't have direct contact. It is having two interfaces. But in the case of needle or depth electrodes, the electrodes are pierced into the surface, into the skin. So it has direct contact with the subdermal tissues or intracellular fluids. So they have very low impedances and they are less susceptible to artifacts, errors or movement artifacts. So these are the applications of needle. These are the advantages of needle electrodes. So with this, I would like to end my presentation today.